G'day comrade subscribers, hope you're all well. First I want to start by saying a big thank you to all my loyal subscribers who've stuck with me. I started off doing mostly Eastern European computers, so if that's what you're mainly interested in and you've stuck around as I've gone off on other things, then I do appreciate you guys sticking around. As I keep saying, if the video I put out doesn't look that interesting to you, then you don't have to watch it. Don't unsubscribe, just wait until I come back to something that you are interested in. So yeah, so this is apparently Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and if it wasn't for the power cable attached to it, it's, yeah, spitting image of a genuine Sinclair ZX Spectrum, isn't it? So I'm not sure where exactly this has come from. No marking on the back. Something's rolling around inside, which is a bit disconcerting. But it's got a kind of decentish keyboard. A little bit worn, but it's a pretty nice size. Not sure exactly what the keycaps are like, but it's pretty decent, I think. So as you can see there, so it's definitely genuine Sinclair, isn't it? What have we got on the back? So we've got the obligatory reset button. We've got a joystick port, all in English as well. Tape. TV, so that's probably RGB, and okay, possibly option for power and interface, and then of course the power cable, and that is basically it. Looks like it has been opened up. We've got a mixture of screws, Phillips head and flathead, and something rolling around inside. Although you can see it looks like there is a transformer there, obviously, because it's got built-in AC power. It does look a bit loose. So let's open her up and have a look what we got. Okay, I think we're just about done. I think this screw post down here I think is broken, so we can re-glue. So you haven't really seen that many interesting looking machines lately, so from Eastern Europe, so that's why they've been a bit rare for me. There's nothing that interesting. Of course I do I do have a backlog of machines I have to fix, don't I? So I will get back to them, don't worry. This one's being a bit recalcitrant. Still, come on, man. This one really doesn't want to come out. You there yet? Those are all right. It's just this one in the corner. Bloody hell. It's a long screw by the looks of it. Alright, hang on. This one's still not. Am I making any progress? Alright, I'm going to have to look at this one a bit more. Finally. That screw just did not want to come out. It was just stuck there. So, let's have a look. Oh no, not the Soviet ULA. I have had 0 out of, I don't know, 5 luck with those working. Who knows, this might be different. So what screws have we got? Okay, a good mixture of case screws. Okay, So, pretty standard. Okay, cut off circuit board to make it fit. Alright, looks like things were kind of originally stuck down. Shall we disconnect the keyboard? But yeah, as you can see, power supply is up to the expected standards. So we've got basically AC coming in to the free floating transformer, out to a rectifier device here. Then we've got a smoothing capacitor and linear regulator there to get our 5 volts. So I'll have a closer look, eh? Right, so what have we got? So it's a pretty standard, I guess the cheapo, simple clone of the Spectrum. So we've got the ULA kind of equivalent here that I've had zero luck with. So if I see one of these, it's like, okay, machine probably doesn't work, but we'll see. So we've got a 9112 date on that, and we've got our 64K of RAM here. So KR565 RU5s, so 64 kilobit DRAMs, so 8 of them to give 60. And we've got our upside down capacitors, so we've got our space and data capacitors as standard. Oh, hello, little kitty. So coming over here, bits and pieces. Got the ROM here, so there'll be a 16K ROM. Yeah, so it's a T34 ROM, which you'll see in a minute matches the T34Z80. So I guess it's like the standard kind of clone of the Spectrum ROM. So it's T34RE1, and then we've got over here this little beauty, Т34ВМ1. So T34 was the kind of project name for the Z80, for the Z80 Soviet Z80 clone. So we've got a 9112. I think then someone said OP. So OP is what did OP mean? OP meant it was a test chip or something like that, maybe. I don't know. The ROM's got a 9102 date. So again, is it like month? So February 91, December 91, because I'm not seeing anything higher than the 13 so far. Got a 9011 crystal down here, 8 megahertz crystal. That's a 9204. So definitely it's post-Soviet. So I don't know if it's Russian. I have no idea because I can't see anything. No indication on here where this came from. There's no manufacturing marks at all from what I can tell. Even if we have a look on underneath the board, have a little look at there. It's pretty neat. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a screw there, so maybe the board was... I don't know what that screw's for. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. How much can I lift this up? I'm getting constrained by this. So what I might do to make it safe is I'll keep all these parts, but just replace this with 5 volts in, like a USB socket or something like that, or a 2.1mm socket, and I can just plug USB 5 volts directly in, avoid all this, remove all this crap, and then just have 5 volts coming directly into the board. If it works. I don't know if the machine works, as don't really trust that. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I don't see any. Maybe someone might recognize the layout. I don't recognize the layout of this particular clone. No, I don't really recognize it. Interesting corners cut off here to make it fit in. But if we have a look underneath, I don't see any marks either. No one bothered putting their name or what the board's called or anything from what I can see. So it's just, at this stage, unless someone recognizes it, it's just kind of a generic post-Soviet, because it's using Soviet parts, so I'd say it's probably more post-Soviet rather than, say, you know, like Slovak or anything like that. So, you know, Russia or Ukraine or yeah, I don't know. I'm truly at a loss as to where this machine's come from. Just no indication. So please, yeah, let me know. Let me know if you have any idea. So I shall remove all this. I'm not going to power this up. I'm going to remove all this and I think put 2.1mm in, 5 volts, and then just see what happens. Oh, of course, I've got to figure out the RGB output. It should be some sort of standard, but I don't know yet. Maybe figure it out. That's probably RGB sync. Those 4 there. That's the TV there, isn't it? Maybe that's sync. Maybe that's RGB. So that could be RGB. That could be sync. There we've got ground. And oh, actually there's no speaker in here, is there? So there'll probably be audio on this as well, I would say. Yeah, no speaker. Okay, let's remove this. Power supply's out. Got recovered the parts. So I'll keep them in my little treasure box. And of course the linear regulator. And the transformer I'll probably end up using again. So at 240 volts in, it gives about 11 volts out. So I imagine the original 220 volts in Europe would have given about 9 volts out. So I could definitely reuse this because it's a good little size. For example, like a Tandy Coco from the US. Replace the US transformer with this. Yeah, maybe. Oh, actually no. How many voltages does it give out? Anyway, it'll come in use for something. So I think I'm just going to temporarily hook up 5 volts in to the 2 rails, just so I can try and figure out the video output, just to see if there is any activity on there. So I'll just check on the oscilloscope. Tape is missing. One of the wires came off the tape there. So yeah, it's a pretty flimsy design. You know, we've got a screw there. It doesn't really screw into anything. And I've just noticed this random wire sticking out of the plastic there. I don't know what that's for. Rather bizarre. Just going to pull that out, I guess. That's... yeah, I don't know what that was for. That's well embedded in the plastic. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, power it on and just see if we get any sort of video signals out. Okay, just been called for dinner. So we'll just, okay, so powered on. Let's try, what's this? Alright, this is that one. Alright, let's just try this signal here. Okay, that looks healthy, doesn't it? What do you reckon that could be? Where's trigger? Where's the trigger? Trigger. No, not that way. I didn't mean to trigger it that way. Okay, well there's something there. What about this one? So this is all, I'm just checking the RGB one. That one. And it says that one. There's that one. There's that one. Well, okay. Oh, it's 1 volt. I'm going to do it. There we go, 2 volts peak to peak. So we might actually have, well, okay, we probably have an image. Doesn't mean it's actually actually working. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've tried 4. So I think I'm gonna have to just randomly. What's this one here? I wonder if that's audio. Maybe that's the audio line. I'll press a button. Oh, that could be audio. So we're getting the beep. The machine might be working. Alright, let's have a, I'll show you what I was doing. Right, so this one here, that looks like to be audio. Don't wiggle it too much, Brett, you break it. And then the other 4 here, so RGB and S. So I think I'm just going to have to randomly try and figure them out. And then there'll be ground. So yeah, okay. I'll try and get some sort of image out of it. And so I'm expecting garbage. But let's see. Right. So I've just checking. So I've just removed the cables. Obviously, I thought that might be simpler. That's just the power cable. Just get this out of the way. Put that there, maybe. Up there. Ah. Right, so just checking on the oscilloscope. I reckon this one's probably sync, because this one's like 5 volts almost, 13, 15 odd kilohertz, whereas all the other 3 are roughly a bit smaller, and they all kind of are similar, so I'm thinking maybe they're the RGB signals. So I'm going to try that. So RGB kind of here, sync, and then obviously ground. So to do that, power off, I'm just going to grab one of my RGBS cables and for the GBS 8200 and just solder them directly on. Like I've said before, I buy these in bulk off AliExpress, RGBS cables, because they fit very nicely on my GBS 8200. So they just plug straight into there, like that. So just nice and simple. And yes, I know before you comment, if you haven't commented already, I know I've got the schematic for this, and I can get the RGB pin out for it, and then probably trace it, but whatever. I'll just do trial and error. Why not? Bit of fun. So we've got sync is white, obviously, black is ground, and then we've got our RGBS signals. So pretty simple to just wire it up and see what output we get. Here we go. So I've chosen those ones for RGB, and obviously I need to connect up a speaker there as well, but let's see. So I'll start recording on the video capture, power on. Oh, something's happening. Hey, it's working. Wow. Okay, so it's actually got the Slovak, is it the Slovak or the Czechoslovak ROM, Didaktik Skalica. Okay, there we go. So I press a button. I don't know what buttons I'm pressing. Let me just move the keyboard over. Is it press enter, isn't it? Hey, it's working. I am dumbfounded. Okay, keyboard could do with a bit of a clean, but yeah. Okay, where's print? Yeah, alright. Do I have the right colours though? How do I check the colours? How do I get the colours? I guess I could load something, couldn't I? That's right, isn't it? That's normally the colour scheme. Whoop, sorry, it's a bit dodgy. Okay. Right, some dodginess going on. Hopefully I'm not, maybe I'm shorting something here. Hang on. Get these other, okay. Alright. Okay, so it's working. I'm impressed. Okay. So I need to clean this up. And I need to sort out the cassette. So what I'll do, so for my Patreons, for my paid Patreons, I normally take high-res photos of these sort of boards. So I'll take some proper photos and add them to my Patreon and go from there. So yeah, so I'm still not sure where this has come from. No idea. Let me know if you have any ideas. That'd be great. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll get the tape sorted and load it and see if I've guessed my colours correctly. So far it looks okay. That's the normal. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that was of some interest to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. I've just done a whole set of photos for Patreon, for my Patreon members. But yeah, I totally forgot to pull, in my excitement that the thing actually worked, I forgot to actually pull the keyboard apart for you guys as well. So, flatheads and one Phillips, of course. It looks like some sort of rubber membrane. That one needs to come off a little bit more. That one a little bit more. Okay. Alright, keys are still there. There we go. That's the keyboard. You can see it's actually pushed through, so it actually looks like you can actually peel it off gently. Pretty roughly made. I guess what can you expect? We're going to come out through. Yeah, it looks like you can carefully pull it off. There we go. Oh wow! So it's actually little bits of metal. There we go. So I guess I could give this a bit of a clean. That's the keyboard there. These are the keycaps. Pretty rough and ready, but they do the job. Okay, and then this is the membrane. So I guess roughly made in a mold, and then you've got little metal foam pads there. We've got two for that button. So that's the keyboard. I guess maybe I just need to give this a bit of a clean, these ones here, because these look pretty good. And put it back on, and then generally just give the case a bit of a scrub, and then resolder all the connectors. So I've made a note. I've got the joystick pin out there, and obviously I know the RGB output. I know now. I've got the joystick. Not that I really use it. And then there was the reset button wire was there, and then obviously cassette as well. 3-pin cassette. So yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that it's actually working. It's yeah, neat little machine. Fingers crossed it continues to work. Okay, hopefully that was interesting. Bye for now, definitely.